Jonas, this one's for you from Parker. My girlfriend's going to get about $250,000 at the end of the year from a trust that her grandparents set up for her. She has no idea what to do with it. We're currently renting, don't really have an interest in buying. She's got other debt. What should she do with the money?
Yeah, I like what Roger said. Anytime you get a windfall, just take a deep breath and don't do anything for a while, maybe 3 to 6 months, just put it in the bank and start writing down some of your short-term and long-term goals. Ultimately, this is going to lead to some type of a bucket strategy. If you come in and get financial advice, we're going to talk about a bucket strategy. If you want to do it on your own, you're going to do a bucket strategy. So you're going to have a short-term bucket, a medium-term bucket, and something to put away for retirement. There's not a lot of information here, Parker, that we're not sure if you need to buy a home or if you have any big financial purchases, if you want to try to save for college. But if you work with a really good financial advisory firm, you can cover all of those bases by getting a financial plan. But the opportunity, I think, when you're getting a lump sum, Doug, it's there, it's real. Mm-hmm. And Parker, this is something that the millennials and even us Gen Xers, Doug, we're going to get trillions of dollars in inheritances, and you need to plan for it.
Yeah. It's interesting. We're going to go to the final question in a second, but something I just have to interject here. I've got a friend who, similar situation, they got married in college. He and his wife got married when they were in college, and her grandparents had set up that she had a trust that would come to her after she graduated from college. She went to college. Fine. Everything's good. And so they get the money. They're like, well, what are we going to do with the money? They bought her grandparents' Lake Okoboji cottage for $250,000, and it's now worth $1.5 million.
Well, the land's probably worth $1.5 million.
I mean, they've updated and they've expanded it too, but it's like, I mean, it's just when they took their time though, because they were still in college when that money came to her, and she was like, we're going to sit on it. They put it somewhere. They put it somewhere where they couldn't get at it. They were smart. They just said, set over here. I don't want to be able to see that money. It can be an attractant for people.
I think that's a great point, Doug. How many times, Roger, have people perceive their inheritance almost to the point to where there's so many heartstrings there, they don't want to touch it at all. They don't want to include it in their financial plan. They don't know what to do with it. They don't even want to talk about it. They don't want to plan for it. They don't want to do anything with it. That's one way that we help people.
I have a lot of people who've inherited stock or securities of some kind from parents. They set it up in a separate account with their kids as the beneficiary, and they're trying to hand them down because they want to see, what does this keep growing to if we just don't touch it? And it's just kind of this snowball effect from generation to generation.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's interesting when you see that they've got so many years of experience at Premier Investments and Wealth Management. PremierIWM.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member FINRA SIPC. The opinions voiced in this show are for general information purposes only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine which investments may be appropriate for you, consult with your attorney, accountant, and financial or tax advisor prior to investing. Premier Investments in Wealth Management and LPL Financial do not provide specific individualized tax or legal advice. We suggest that you discuss your specific situation with a qualified tax or legal advisor. Rebalancing a portfolio may cause investors to incur tax liabilities and or transaction costs and does not assure a profit or protect against loss. Economic forecasts set forth may not develop as predicted, and there can be no guarantee that strategies promoted will be successful. All performance referenced is historical and is not a guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and cannot be invested into directly. There is no assurance that the techniques and strategies discussed are suitable for all investors or will yield positive outcomes. The purchase of certain securities may be required to affect some of the strategies. Investing involves risks, including possible loss of principal. There is no guarantee that a diversified portfolio will enhance overall returns or outperform a non-diversified portfolio. Diversification does not protect against market risk. Forbes' Best in State Wealth Management Teams ranking was developed by Shook Research and is based on in-person, virtual, and telephone due diligence meetings and a ranking algorithm that includes a measure of each team's best practices, client retention, industry experience, review of compliance records, firm nominations, and quantitative criteria, including assets under management and revenue generated for their firm. Investment performance is not a criterion because client objectives and risk tolerances vary, and advisors rarely have audited performance reports. Shook's research and rankings provide opinions intended to help investors choose the right financial advisor and team, and are not indicative of future performance or representative of any one client's experience. Past performance is not an indication of future results. Neither Forbes nor Shook Research receive compensation in exchange for placement on the ranking. For more information, please see www.shookresearch.com. Shook is a registered trademark of Shook Research, LLC.